They argued and they were drunk.
Both of them were drunk?
I think, no, I think Marvin Gaye was on drugs and drunk, and his dad was like a religious guy being like, you're a disgrace, you got to clean yourself up, and they got into a fight, and his dad like shot him out.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, that's like fucking, what movie was that? Jungle Fever?
Oh, yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's dad kills him? Yeah,
It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie
He
ever.
does the dance. Yeah, that was crazy.
Fucking tension in that scene with Ruby D.
Great.
It's like, how can you not? That's one of the saddest scenes ever.
Who plays the dad in that? Ozzie Davis?
Ozzie Davis.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Marvin Gaye died 29 years ago. That's 29 years already. He was 44.
Jesus.
Father tried to help him and then killed him. That's terrific.
And his father said before he
stuff.
shot him, he goes, "You're my son, and I love you, but you're evil."
You're evil.
And as he shot him, he said, "I'll pray for you, my son."
Yes.
Joe DeRosa in studio.
Hi, guys.
What, do you got a tour starting tomorrow or something?
Yeah, I'm doing a
They're
tour
calling
of the
it
South.
a tour.
It is. It's one of the only real tours I've ever done. But I put it together myself. But it's a lot of small music venues and small little theaters and big coffee houses. You know, like.
Are you going to be on a tour bus?
No, I'm driving it myself, man. Grassroots. Like
you're going to drive?
Like a band in a van, yeah. Yeah, so I'm driving through, and then it starts this coming Thursday in Atlanta at the Laughing Skull. I'm doing a weekend there, recording my new comedy album, and then I'm touring all the way through the South, and landed in Austin at Texas at the end of the month. So it's full on April. JoeDeRosaComedy.com for dates, and I'm going all over the place.
You're going to be on the road for the whole month. You're not coming back.
No, there's a show almost every day.
What? Wait, there's a show almost every day?
Yeah, almost every day.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm going to go a little batshit being alone.
You going to film some stuff? You should videotape stuff.
I got a little, like, what's it called, a harness or a mount for my phone in the car, and I don't know.
GoPro, man. It's all about the GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro's pretty goddamn good.
Fucking get some nice video.
What's the GoPro?
Oh, what's the GoPro?
You're
looking at it.
That's a GoPro. Look at it.
Where do I get one of those?
You can't get them. They're sold out.
At the GoPro store.
Jesus Christ.
No,
they're all sold out.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're making more, though.
What takes amazing...
So gullible.
April Fools.
April Fools.
We so got
guys.
You.
We're not even on the air, are we?
Nope. April Fools.
Oh, that would be a great one. How great would that one be?
I'll go get one of those
You just
things.
gave me a great idea. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to use that one. You don't need it to be April Fool's either. That's just being a dick.
Wait. Shh. This cost $4,000.
$4,000.
April Fools. Fucking nailed him. Should have seen his fucking face. Sucker.
So, Joe, how's the relationship going? Last time you were here, it was about a month ago, maybe a little more, and you were in love, man. And you were a different and changed person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, that's over.
You spilled your guts out to us. It wasn't just a floozy. You were like, hey guys. I remember you even saying, hey guys, be cool. She's my girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
You're all in. You remember? You do remember?
I date a chick, and it's like it's like I don't know. It's like I have the same rationale as when I'm like on pot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything's like amplified. I get paranoid.
You were in love. We were looking at you as a changed and a different person. What happened? Where did it go wrong?
We had some communication issues. Let me sum it all up.
Wait. You have to go all the way back to, all right, you leave the show. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
So, like, break it down. Like, what started happening?
She heard one of your fucking Bailey J rants and realized you weren't kidding. And that if she was in the hospital, you'd blow Bailey J in the fucking waiting room.
In the waiting room.
We were having these communication issues, and
what? You can't just say communication issues.
There was a bit of an age difference,
right?
And I'm not demeaning her. I'm not calling her immature. There was just a bit of an age difference.
How much of an age difference?
She was not huge. She was in her late 20s, mid to late 20s. Now I'm 35, so it was like an 8-year difference.
Oh, that's crazy.
8-9 year difference.
What do you think you're doing? Jesus.
I know. I mean, what I mean, this is like this is crazy, right?
You got to be closer together in age.
There's a generational gap here. This is it didn't make sense, you know. My people come from a different time, you know.
But how? I mean,
no, but
I mean, all kidding aside, 8 years that's doable. Like what? Where was the communication problem?
Here's what the problem was.
8 years younger than you.
I rushed us into a relationship. I was positive. This is what I want. I want to do this. Whatever. We got into the relationship, and then once I was in it, and I was really trying to do it right, like I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be in a relationship and be in love with this person. When you throw everything in like that,
you put yourself out there.
You fucking pig.
Probably hated your taste in music. Probably what broke you guys.
She loved my taste in music.
What was it about you that annoyed her?
No one can love your taste in music.
There was just those communication issues become obvious where it's like we would get into arguments and she would kind of shut down. And it was tough. And I was
What
like,
would you argue about?
even if we just get in an argument about something small, like, you know, hey, sweetie, you know, when you did this, it really bothered me. Like, I'm trying to get out the door, and I buy us dinner and everything, and then you're not even helping me, like, clean the plates up. Like, come on. Like,
was that you or her saying that, you faggot?
You're a girl.
No, I said that.
You were saying that she wouldn't help you with the dishes?
I was saying, like,
yuck.
Ew.
You're a hot young chick and you're giving her shit.
Oh, my
Who
God.
bangs you, and you're complaining she doesn't do the dishes?
No, I wasn't complaining she didn't do the dishes. We got into an argument one night.
She didn't want to clean up.
Hold on. If I tell you...
You came here for sympathy, you're fucked.
I'm not. You're fucked. Yeah, this is where I come for sympathy.
She can't help you clean up dirty dishes?
I got a worse argument. If you guys want to really get into trashing here.
Finish this one.
Okay, because we got a little bit of an argument because I was doing Artie's show and it's at night, and she was coming over to meet me and she was running late, and I was like, look, I'll order dinner, I'll have it here for us, I'll have everything set up, blah 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 blah. She came in, obviously I bought dinner and everything. We sat down, we ate, and then I got up and I was like picking up the dishes and like I'm kind of rushing, and she was just kind of sitting there, and I was just kind of like, you know, it kind of bugged me that you didn't just try to help me a little bit. What?
You're a girl.
No.
Joe's a girl.
I see his point. I hate to see his point.
Really?
Yes. You're out there, you're going to do a gig on TV, and the fucking lump you're dating won't fucking pick up a dish. Hey, I get it.
She is the dish.
You actually get it? This isn't a bit?
Come on. I get it.
Can't the dishes wait? Who gives a fuck?
That's true.
Exactly.
I either go do the Artie show and then...
Mo.
That's my fine china.
That's true. I rescind.
I don't know. How long
How
long were you dating at that point?
I don't know, a month and a half.
Nah, man, it's still new.
You're just looking at her
bitching about dishes a month in.
With adoring love in your eye as you're cleaning that shit up.
Right.
But here's the thing. I'm moving tomorrow. Finally back into a one-bedroom apartment like a human being. But I've been living in a studio. You leave dishes out in a studio apartment. It's disgusting, dude. It's not like leaving the dishes out in the kitchen.
For how long, though? You were coming back.
You know, and I was going to be out of that apartment for at least 65 minutes.
How many plates?
Right?
How many plates? Two plates?
It's two
couple
people,
cups
so it's not
and a pot?
He
Who
didn't
cares?
throw a fucking wedding in there.
Right, guys. Listen,
you're a neat freak,
you
aren't
can
you?
trash me on this one all you want. I got a much better one for you guys to trash me on.
But hold on, I need to know. Are you kind of a neat freak to begin with?
Yeah, I'm completely
Sort of
OCD-ish.
All right, well, that plays into
when
it.
we broke up, she goes, you're much darker than I thought you were.
Shit.
That's what we saw that was different when you came in here. Like, wow, fuck, he's not as dark anymore.
It's funny. Like, every time I date a girl seriously, like, they watch my comedy and they think it's funny. And they go,
he's a fun guy.
Yeah, that story's funny where you scream at the lady at Best Buy and she calls the cops on you. That's really funny. And then you date me and then they're like, oh, you really do stuff like
you
that.
did that.
Yeah, you didn't just write that.
Yeah. But here's one.
Oh, boy.
This one. I hesitate to even tell you this.
Oh, now you have to.
You want to turn the lights down? You want to turn the lights down?
No.
I want to hear this.
So, I went on this diet when I was dating her.
The meat diet.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Hey, you should have given her the meat diet. Oh, with cream sauce, you whore.
By the way, all I wanted to do was text you yesterday. I dyed my chick's eggs today with my fucking load, you pig. In dice.
Me and Joe have been known to spend like hours on nights with me at home or him out or at home something and text each other back and forth diceisms.
Oh, that's great.
And they all end up in capital letters with just whore and goo and fucking balls.
Will you please just real quick do a dice eggs bit?
Hey, it's Easter. Why don't you color my eggs? And by eggs, I mean my balls on your nose. Oh, you like peeps? You like peeps? I got a peep in my pants for you. Full of banana juice.
Banana juice.
So,
Wait, I got one too.
Oh, go ahead.
Hickory dickory doctor. The fucking Easter bunny sucked a bunch of fucking cocks or something. Fucking going.
Chip, yeah, that was a good one, Chip.
Double poem.
April Fool's, it wasn't. I got you.
That hurt.
So what happened, Joe?
So I was on the meatless diet.
Oh, meatless.
Meatless,
Okay.
yeah, meatless diet. The night before I went on it, I'm a big meat guy. Like, I'm a carnivore.
Braggart.
Well, that was the last time you hear it. You indulged. You talked about it.
I indulge in what?
The day before you went on the meat.
Oh, yeah.
The
This is
non-meat
what it is.
diet. Well, no, we're connected to this. That was the last time you were on the show. You said, man, I'm now officially on a meat diet, but before, I went crazy the night before and had all sorts of fucking meat.
The fight relates to this.
Really?
To the binge. So the night before I went on this meat diet, I ordered from Hill Country Barbecue, and I got like upwards of $100 worth of barbecue, and I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go out on a high note with meat. So obviously, I couldn't eat all of it, and I felt guilty. I'm like, why did I spend all that money on that? Was stupid. Like, that was just a waste. But I had all this food left, and it was really good, and it was like I didn't want to just throw it away, but I had to get it out of my house. Because I was like, I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to do this diet if it's sitting here. I can't resist the temptation. Right?
I'm already
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I package it all up, and I give it to her, and I go, listen. I go, do me a favor, please. Take this home and eat it. Give it to your roommates, whatever. I go, just don't. I can't. She goes, just keep. I go, I can't. I'm going to eat it. And I don't want to just throw it away. It costs enough money that I don't want to throw it away.
You're a cheapskate.
Yeah. So
She so threw it away.
So
boy.
She so threw it away.
Oh, no.
The day after the plate thing, the plate argument was tied into this.
Oh.
Jesus.
I said to her, I go,
It's a month in.
I go, so what happened? I go, hey, that barbecue was good, right? Did you enjoy it? Like, not trying to start anything. I just was really
Why
asking
even
her.
bring it up?
I just want.
He was testing her.
No, you
Yes.
are.
Yes.
You couldn't handle
Exactly.
it. You needed to know
He's
if she
testing
did the right thing. There's no doubt in my mind.
Jim, you might be. I don't know. Or maybe Jim might be right on it. I might have been testing her on a subconscious level. I don't know. But I wasn't trying to actively start a fight. I just wanted to ask her something. This was our first argument. And I go, how was it? It was good, right? And she goes, what? And I go, the meat that I gave her. She goes, I gave it to a junkie. And I go, what? And she goes, I gave it to a junkie. And I go, what do you mean you gave it to a junkie? I told you to take it home and eat it or give it to your friends or something. She goes, I gave it to a junkie, whatever. He wanted something. He was hungry. And I was like, I go, you gave it to a fucking scab on the street, like some scumbag?
But he's hungry, too. It didn't go to waste.
That to me was a much better thing to do.
Yes.
That's a much better option.
I got real mad.
Feed a homeless guy.
The guy might have got enough protein in his system. It turned his whole life around. He finally realized, fuck, what am I doing to myself?
Give enough energy to push someone in front of a train is what it did. Fuck them.
I always give food and money to homeless guys all the time. But she lives down in the East Village, so when she goes junkie, I'm picturing one of those douchebags in a fucking leather jacket that doesn't feel like paying his fucking rent.
But maybe that prevented this guy from actually clocking her over the head.
No, it wasn't that kind of. It wasn't a bribe to get out of danger. She just gave him. He said, "Do you have any money?" And well, here's the thing. This is what she said. She goes, I gave him the food, and I go, why'd you give it to him? I go, that's a waste. That fucking guy doesn't want that food. He just wants to get smack or whatever. And she goes, well, I wasn't going to give him money. And I go, okay, so I get it. So you weren't going to give him your money, but you can give him my money, so that's okay, right? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I go, you're sitting here telling me you don't want to give a junkie money. Why don't you want to give a junkie money? Because the junkie's going to waste the money. He's not going to put it towards something good. Do you think that fucking guy's going to eat that food? He's going to throw that food in the trash or try to sell it so he can get smacked. I go,
no, he's going to eat it. That's what they do when you give them food. They eat it. That's what they eat food out of the garbage. If somebody hands them food, they'll eat it.
Yeah, he can't resell your fucking
He's not going to resell your terrible fucking meat binge.
Fucking leftovers.
Guys, listen.
That was a much nicer thing she did.
You so need to live by yourself for the rest of your life.
I know I was completely wrong in this argument, which is why I'm telling you to.
But it's only a month in.
Now I do.
But it's only a month in.
It was only a month in. And we got into a big fight, and then I go, and you didn't clean up the plates.
Oh, no. A month in, you should be going, like, and mean this, and mean it. That is so fucking sweet of this girl. Holy shit, I love her more every day.
Exactly. At least she wasn't self-centered and said I threw it out. That was right.
Right.
She's a nice girl.
But there's Joe.
In her mind,
DeRosa.
In her mind, she was doing.
With me?
What's wrong with me?
In her mind, she was doing the right thing.
Oh, Joe.
So then what happened after that? It was downhill after that?
Oh, God.
Because that's only a month in.
Then I went away to do my special.
Joe's Vine videos last longer than his relationship. Oh, my God.
I went away to do my special, and I didn't bring her with me. And that's when I started to think, like, maybe something's not right here. Because, and now in the foreground of my head or whatever, you know, I was like, my parents are coming. I'm taping this thing. It's kind of a stressful situation. I don't know if I want to do the, like, hey, girlfriend, meet my parents, and I got to do this taping. And also, too, when you do, like, the half hour versus, like, your own hour, it's not like your production. You know what I mean? You're at the mercy of the series. And it was like, if it was just my thing and I could kind of kick back a little, more in the sense of, like, this is mine, then maybe I could have more people I know around. But this would be like bringing somebody with me to do, like, Letterman, and it's just too stressful.
All right.
You know, I got too much on my mind, so I didn't bring her. But I did think, like...
But that makes sense.
It does make logical or rational sense, but at the same time, I was like... The fact that I'm not upset that I'm not bringing her. I was like, something's probably wrong here.
She's a comic, right?
She's a comic, but she's more of like a web blog, video blog person.
That's not how he talked about her a month or two ago.
I don't mean that demeaning.
Now she's just a blogger. Now she's just a blogger.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember him saying, oh, she's really talented and creative.
Think I ever saw her.
She's doing a web series.
Comedian, stenographer, tomato,
she's just some dumb blogger.
I don't think I ever saw her, no.
She's
Don't say her name on the air, though, right?
You weren't here that
I met her. No.
You weren't here when he broke
No,
this
I
whole
won't say her
down?
name or that. I just want to put a face to this so
She's
I
cute.
can see what Joe was throwing away over the most inane, ridiculous shit.
God, we're gonna have to make a production piece because I remember he had like love in his eyes. Oh, she's very talented and funny and does a web series. I don't know. She's some kind of blogger. He says now.
That one, let's see. Blow that pic
I
up.
remember. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's really pretty. I miss her.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Telling her to do dishes.
I could just picture. All I picture now is her yelling at you. Like,
Joe.
hey, I gave it to a junkie. What the fuck's wrong with you?
She couldn't believe what a chiseler you are. She's like, I'm young and good looking, and I fuck him. What's wrong with
A
Joe?
chiseler.
I didn't tell her to do the dishes.
Like Joe's getting mad.
Wow.
So go ahead. Go back to your story.
What's wrong with you? How was the sex?
I gave you a chance at love, and you blew it.
So
you didn't? Was good?
Yeah, everything was in its right place.
For the first week.
There's something wrong with me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm bad at relationships.
So
man.
anyway, you said you didn't feel bad that you didn't bring her, and that was your first clue that maybe this isn't.
I felt like I just felt like I should be really upset about this. I should be sitting here going, Why is she not here? God damn it! I hate that she can't be here. I just want to be with her, and I didn't have any of that feeling. And not that I didn't miss her. But I just felt like God, a month and a half in, this should be a lot stronger right now.
Wow.
Well, a text from a woman says, so it's her fault that he's a cheap, passive-aggressive dick. That's what a woman listening is saying.
Wow.
You're not winning the ladies over, Joseph.
Hey, I rarely do, you know? But
I kind of agreed with you about that first thing, though.
The dishes, really?
You know, I understand his annoyance at that. Yeah, as much as like I would, it's like, yeah, she's young and hot, but I do get that. It was a little selfish.
Yeah,
and I help him clean up.
Yeah, and she actually said to me, "You're right. I was being bratty." She goes, "I was being bratty. I should have helped you with that." Here's the thing. Let me just say this in a final ditch effort for my own defense.
This ain't going to be final.
No, it won't.
We will pound you on this until 10 o'clock, my friend.
And we still got to hear about the breakup. And
yeah, I want to know
who did what to who?
Yeah.
Who she's fucking now?
I love this shit.
This is my,
she said.
Yes, dish.
Here's the thing.
We're going to make a rom-com out of this.
He said, she said, you think? Well, he said, she said.
When you, and I don't mean this in a sexist way.
Yeah.
But if you're,
What do you
Go back to that picture.
You're a dope.
Go back to that picture.
What do you think you're...
She's quirky and funny,
Right.
good looking.
Damn.
Gives a fuck she can't wash the
single?
dish.
Oh, Joe.
Of course he is.
back off, Norton.
I wouldn't do that to you. The wound is still fresh.
You can't do that to a friend.
I know. They only dated for a week.
Oh, my Joe. What are you...
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, you fucked up.
Does she like eating really good restaurants?
Oh, look at that. Very artsy, black and white.
You wanted her to wash dishes.
Beautiful.
I didn't want her to wash the dishes. I just wanted her to help me pick them up.
Earn your keep, you fucking cunt. Take out the garbage.
He's throwing dishes at her like she's Connie Corleone. You guinea brat. I got to do Artie's show, you guinea brat.
You probably handed her a list of chores.
Look at that picture, all nice and
Did she have to
artsy.
dust your apartment too while you were gone?
By the way, I treated her fucking great. You don't think I didn't do a lot of nice things?
Sounds like a fucking sounds like paradise.
I did a lot of fucking favors for her too, you know.
What'd you do for her that was nice? What did you do for her that was nice besides end it with her?
Got her gloves so when she washes.
What did you do for that girl that was
I was
nice?
gonna say get her gloves so when she's washing the dishes it doesn't fuck up her hands.
The Playtex living gloves.
Right.
I bought her a lot of nice things.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Some gentle hand soap.
This is
What'd you buy that was nice? I'm sure you
room
did.
for my prick.
You know, she gave your gifts to a junkie somewhere.
Oh.
This is my point. This is all I was saying about the dish thing. I wasn't saying get up and do the dishes. I was saying, you know what? I pay for dinner all the time. Whatever. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna at the very least right now.
But girls don't want to hear that I pay for dinner all the time.
Could you just kind of lend me a hand?
No, you shouldn't even think that.
Why though?
You should, because you just at that point in a relationship.
It's early.
You just shouldn't even think that.
Right, it's
you
too
should
early
be like,
for that shit.
You just sit. I'm glad she's relaxing.
You know what? You're absolutely right, and it was my fault because at that point in the relationship, we were too far into the relationship for how long we'd been dating. If she was
you jumped right in,
that was the problem. If it was a month in and she had come over like, oh, it's our 5th date, I wouldn't have given a fuck. I would have been like, no, sit there. But when we started going out way too quick.
Were you going to cohabitate?
Dude, I wouldn't have been, if we kept dating, I wouldn't have been surprised if within 6 months we were talking about that.
Why did you want to be in a relationship so fast? Did you just feel it with her, or are you afraid she was going to date someone else?
Because you can't fuck a relationship up unless you're in one, Jim.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm like a scientist.
Right.
I like to destroy the things and see how to rebuild it.
Yeah. You got to build it quick, though.
So you come home from the taping of your special, with this feeling like, maybe something's not right. How much longer did the relationship last?
Not even a week. It was fast.
So you came in here in love, and you were done a week later, 2 weeks later. Because I think you came in to promote the special.
Let me think. Well, but I taped the special, then I was on the road for like another 2 weeks after that, and then I came back.
Had the special turn out?
Good, thank you. Yeah. And then I came back after that, and then, it was, and then we hung out. We had a great time. She went with me to get my new apartment because I'm moving. And she
did she have to move all your boxes in for
right
you?
Now.
No, Joe.
I'm getting sad. She was
Why? You got pretty shoes.
Why would she do?
Sometimes
She did something nice.
She came with me to sign my lease, and she was so excited for me and so supportive, and she was like, "This is so great."
Oh, she's like, "Oh, baby, look, you got a place."
And I'm moving to where I'm moving because of her. Like, I was going to move to Queens, and she was the one that was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "If you're going to move to Brooklyn." And she was the one that put it in my head, and I went out to Brooklyn, and I was like, I loved it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome out here. I can't wait."
So now the place will always remind you of her.
Here we go.
Are you moving into
We just went over the roller coaster.
Here's Dr. Dice's prescription. You gotta shoot as much goo in this new place as possible. Forget about this broad. What are you, a fagotito?
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
so
Man, I might need a weekend out at the compound soon.
Yes, indeed. You definitely got to come on out.
So she picked a new place for you to move into. Like, she's like, "I like this place."
She didn't pick the place, but she like really nudged me towards the neighborhood and said, like, "Trust me, this is what you want. This is going to make you happier. It's way better." She was really nurturing.
My God.
She was really nurturing. So I came home. We had a great couple days. Like, we hung out the first night I was back, and we had a nice time. And then the next day she came with me to sign the lease and all that stuff, and she was really excited. And then, I don't remember exactly what happened, but she called me, and she goes, "I need to talk to you later." And I go, "Okay." And I knew it. I was like, This is the end. But again, I wasn't upset about it. I was like, I should be upset about this right now. Something's wrong. And she called me, and she's like, "What's going on? You're being weird." This and that and the other thing. And I was like, yeah, I just feel like we have so much fun, but as soon as it gets to anything a little deeper or heavier, not meaning like, hey, let's move this forward and get closer, meaning like, if we get into like an argument or I disagree with you about something in an argument, you take it so hard. And I was like, it's not that heavy. It's like we can disagree about stuff. And we can recognize that things are flawed, and it doesn't have to be completely depressing, you know?
How long did you date her total?
A few months, not that long.
How long ago did you break up?
I guess a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe about 3 weeks. It wasn't that long, the whole thing. But I will say, she might be the only girl I've ever broken up with that I've like legitimately missed. That I like care about. That I still think like it's confused. This is what I mean. I don't know if I'm airing too much or whatever. She'd probably not be happy.
Make you feel better.
But we talked after. We're on good terms right now. We talked after the fact, and I said to her, and this is what I mean about just an age difference. This is something I think that comes with getting into your 30s or just whatever. But I said to her, I miss you a lot. I miss being with you, but I'm scared to try to start something up again because I don't want to hurt you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like
what?
I don't know. That's like
what's wrong with that? Is that bad?
I don't know. Guys
pretty
don't
rom-comish.
Yeah, guys don't really show their emotions like that.
It's rom-com without the com.
Right.
It's
just the fucking cum.
Just the rom-com.
Oh my God.
But I said,
wow.
I see a back-to-back poster in Joe DeRosa's future.
So she nurtured you in this apartment.
With dirty dishes in the background, like, huh?
What are you doing?
yes.
She nurtured you.
She nurtured me, yes. Yeah, she nurtured me. Anyway.
What a girl.
Yeah, it was... First you're saying I'm a misogynist, now I'm a girl. God damn, you fuckers.
This sounds like, let me say.
I don't know, guys don't really show emotions
It's like
that.
a Dawson's
weird.
Creek episode.
Well, which is it? Is it clean the dishes or don't show emotion?
Honestly, I don't know. Joe, I don't know.
The point
they
is...
They both seem wrong.
We had that discussion, and we just... I don't know. Did you ever see Modern Romance with Albert Brooks?
No.
But enough with Albert Brooks. Tell us, what would you say to her if you could say something to her about your relationship?
Very good question.
Fair question.
Jim's a very good interviewer.
What would I say to her right now?
If you could talk about your relationship, about the good things.
I had a great time. You're a smart kid. And I wish it would have went better. That's what I would say, honestly.
You say you're a smart kid?
That was a shitty joke that bombed.
I've said that.
No, in all honesty, I would say, listen, I had an absolutely phenomenal fucking time with you.
I had a phenomenal 2 weeks.
Yeah, why
that's why I brought up the dishes.
A whirlwind week.
Right.
And in all honesty, I wish it worked out. I wish we were still together. I think I do deep down in my heart. I just get so confused with this shit, man.
I don't get that part with the...
You might want to, like, go out with a housekeeper or something.
Man,
like a cleaning lady.
Somebody that cleans?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, really?
That appreciates a bag of meat when you give it to them.
Don't just fucking slough it off on the starving.
Oh, my God. My cleaning lady would have loved a bag of meat.
Oh.
She wouldn't have gave it to a fucking junkie.
Really?
The young lady's not happy here.
Yeah.
The same one says, when someone starts a sentence with, I don't mean this to sound sexist, it's going to be sexist, he should just stick with prostitutes. He doesn't sound like a very giving person. Everything has a condition with this guy.
Wow.
That's from a woman.
Joe?
With a gun.
Hey, I can't say that that's not one of my flaws. I have intimacy and commitment issues that stem from childhood.
Wow.
So I absolutely think I have conditions that come along with things, but it's out of self-preservation. It's out of fear of getting hurt.
Did you know when you mentioned that she didn't help you clean up, that was going to make a problem before you even open your mouth?
Great question.
Or in the middle of saying it, you're like, I'm making a problem. You knew before you even said it.
You're getting in your own way.
I knew it, Bob, as it was happening, it was sticking in my craw, and I was like, this is going to irk me. This is going to irk. But here's the thing, dude.
Hey, were you ever mad at a woman for not doing... I can't even fathom that.
I'm stunned when they get up to fucking do anything, but it doesn't bother me. I'm just like, leave it there. I don't fucking care.
But Joe cared.
But do you have...
Jimmy cared.
It'll get cleaned up.
I do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead, Joe.
And this is again, and no, it's not going to be misogynistic or sexist what I'm about to say, but anytime you talk about
Rock is fucking on the turntables today.
Anytime you talk about pulling weight, it sounds like you're going to be sexist, and I'm not.
Yeah.
You gotta put yourself in my shoes for a second here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just at a place.
What women do I get to kick with them?
Exactly. And why are they bent? Oh, kneeling in front of a tranny. I hear you, Joe. All right.
Did you buy her own apron after the first week of dating?
Yeah, I got her, I got her the nice one with the embroidery on it. No, but I mean, here's the thing, dude. It's like the last 10 years of my life. Okay, first of all, there's the adoption. There's all the intimacy issues and crap that comes from that, okay? And your childhood and all the bullshit you got to work out in your own way, blah, blah, fucking blah.
Yeah.
You smash that into the last 10 years of my life has been struggling in this ridiculous fucking business that I've picked for myself to be in. Everything is fucking hand to mouth. You're pinching pennies, you're saving, you're trying to make it work. Everything is conditional, everything's volatile. Anything can go away at any minute. And you become this, like, self-preserving unit that has to survive through all this. And your fucking antennas go up all the time, constantly about, is this guy trying to fuck me? Is that guy screwing me on that deal? Did I protect myself over here?
But you're describing everyone's life right there.
Yes.
That's everyone lives that life.
I'm not saying. Well, not everyone. I think it's a little more amplified in the entertainment business. I think that's that's fair to say.
I don't know. The backstabbing cubicle fucking sitting
It's
business
everywhere.
Cops got to deal with that shit too. And on the job.
It's everywhere, Joe.
I know. I'm not saying it doesn't
You
exist
take
at
yourself
all.
way too seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't. Fuck off. I'm not saying it.
And wouldn't that make you...
Joe, these are all jokes. I swear.
I'm laughing.
I love you. You know that.
I'm laughing.
I just think it's hilarious. You having her do dishes a weekend.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist at all in anybody else's work environment. I'm saying, but it's a little more amplified with pursuing comedy when you don't even have the 9-to-5 stability. Everything is up in the air all the time.
So why wouldn't you like to have somebody that's around that's fun and treat them like you know?
Absolutely. I'm not saying I'm not flawed in this. I'm not saying I didn't make mistakes.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that my environment has worsened my flaws.
Yeah.
And it makes my antennas go up, and it makes me like, are you screwing me? What's going on here? And I get a little crazy about it. And it's something that I'm working on, but it has fucked me up with relationships because I have trust issues, and then all of that snowballs and turns into something as stupid as, you didn't help me pick up the dishes. Which means you don't appreciate what I'm trying to do for you. You don't appreciate this. You don't appreciate it.
I get all that.
That's all.
But I think Anthony had the best question so far here.
What's that?
Did you know that you were going down a bad road?
All guys bite their tongue and go like, "Oh, I would love to say this in a relationship." You're like, I'm not, because I know this will be a problem.
Sometimes you can help yourself and you snap a little bit, but you had to know bringing up this dumb dish thing was going to cause some major fucking problem.
Yeah, I knew. But
and you couldn't hold it in at that moment?
I brought it up.
Especially knowing that you had an important gig to do that night?
No. We didn't. It didn't happen right then.
No.
It was the next day.
He saved it until the junkie thing.
It ate you.
And
it ate at you for a while.
Guys, I handled it the best way possible. I harbored it for a few days.
Let it age like fine wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you also start the arguments right before she's trying to go to bed?
Yeah,
you think like a girl, I think.
I am very. I'll be the first to admit I am very effeminate when it comes to arguments.
Yeah.
I argue very much
the bitchy side.
I get very like bitchy and like when I watch that movie, The Breakup, and they fight about the dishes, and he's like, "Who would want to do dishes?" And she's like, "Don't you get it? I just want you to help me." I agree with Jennifer Aniston through the whole argument.
Oh wow!
I'm like, he's being a dick. He's an asshole. Get up and do the dishes. Because I think of like my roommates that have been like that, and it drives me crazy.
He's obsessed with dishes.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm usually the more womanly person in my relationship.
Paper plates were made for you, man.
You know who would
paper plates and cups.
Joe, you know who would dig you and who you would have a fucking great time?
The entire cast of Rent.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, fuck it, right. No, someone your own age or older. You're not fucking cut out for young girls.
You can't date younger chicks.
You can't. Because they are going to sit there while the fucking dishes, and you honestly can't give a shit. You can't look and go, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm pissed. You honestly don't have to give a shit. I don't give a shit how many plates are. I'd put a Ferris wheel in my yard if I could.
Now,
fun at Anthony's house. No washy dishy here.
Unfortunately, none of the girls would be tall enough to ride it. Because they're 6.
Were you at the Ant was in the Neverland Ant auction?
Yes.
The county auction.
Can I buy some zebras and?
How much for that llama?
You need a woman. You know why? A woman your age would have gotten up off that spread out cellulite ass and fucking picked up those dishes and helped you.
Now,
meanwhile, you get a girl with a snare drum ass and you're giving her shit.
Now, I think you have a great point. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you in a committed relationship right now? Are you?
Yes.
You have a girlfriend right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Now what?
No, I'm not judging you. Relax. I was going to ask you this.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's easier if you're... Now, I'm not saying you can't be in a committed relationship with a younger girl, but I'm saying don't you find it a little easier when you're in a more fun, carefree, not committed relationship with a younger girl than something that starts to require a little more seriousness? Would you agree with that?
I think once you move in with someone or even seeing each other every day, a commitment to see each other every day, like it's expected.
Right.
Shit like that with no real time for yourself. Yeah, that'll get crazy. But that's with anybody. Fucking older broad would be even worse.
That's what anybody. So when I say we had communication issues, that's basically what it comes down to, is that I rushed fucking 90 miles per hour head on into a relationship with a girl that was younger than me without thinking about, we got to build up to this stuff because there's,
You're looking for your mommy.
I know.
You're looking for your mommy, and you knew damn well she was never going to do the fucking dishes, and that bothered you because you're like, fuck, I really like her, but she has to be my mommy, too.
Mommy, can you hear me? Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, I know.
You're looking for someone that's going to keep a good house.
That's why I bring up the adoption thing. Look, I keep a good house. I'm crazy fucking neat and clean. I put everything away when I'm done using it. I can't stand clutter. I can't stand disorganization.
Place for everything and everything in its place.
Yeah.
Except for your penis. The place is your hand right now.
So I'm like that. So of course I'd like to be with somebody that's like that because I don't.
Right.
That means there's a lot of things in your life you just can't control, Joe.
Oh, it's yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and I'm bad. That's why I'm in therapy. My therapist now is trying to help me with dude, accept what you don't control. Accept that. You have to learn how to accept that.
Where does that come from? Being adopted?
control issues.
Fucking E-Rock's killing it.
This one.
Oh, Bob!
Oh, my God. That's funny.
Where's it come from?
It comes from...
Being adopted?
I
know other people that were adopted and they're well-adjusted.
Well, I think when you're adopted, there's an organic abandonment issue that comes along with that. Mm-hmm. Whether you realize it's there or not, it's there.
Okay.
Then, you also get some intimacy issues out of that because, you know, these people that were literally your life core supply got rid of you.
Oh, boy.
So are people going to abandon me? Can I not get intimate with people?
Because of the adoption stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't you just take that as a one-off? It happened in your life with those people, but then everyone else in your life doesn't necessarily have to follow suit.
Trust me when I tell you, I thought that's how I felt about it for a long time, and it wasn't until an undeniable thing in me was going, no, asshole, this is fucking happening in your head right now. It was, I couldn't turn my back on it anymore.
What?
Trust me, I was that callous and like candid about it.
Well, why can't you look at it as your biological mom was thinking, I'm really going to just give this kid a much better life than I could give him?
I tried. Dude,
maybe that's just tough to try to fucking wrap your head around.
No, I felt like that for years.
Because a lot of people that, you know, give up their kids for adoption, that's exactly what they're thinking.
But it's basically, how could she have no interest in you is what you're thinking. How could she have zero interest in what you've turned out to be?
That's where it starts to come up. Like my therapist said to me, she goes, you know, when people who have blood relation, she said, you get a certain feeling when you're around somebody that you have a blood relation to. She said, even if you don't hang out with that person a lot or whatever, or have a ton in common, there is a sense of home when you get around them. It's a very, like, organic, biological thing that happens. She goes, you don't have that with anybody in your life because you don't know one person that you have blood relation to, literally none. And she goes, and that causes a lot of these problems. And for years, I was like, I don't give a shit, whatever. But it's like a volcano. You can live next to it for years and go, it's just a fucking mountain, it's fine. But eventually when it erupts, you can't ignore it anymore.
What do you know about your real mom and dad?
I know that one was Egyptian, one was Italian. I know that my mother apparently was, I think, in med school, I think. I know that they were most likely immigrants or visiting or something like that along those lines here, and that it all happened in Philly. That's basically what I know. Oh, boy.
So could you trace them back and find them?
I'm in the process of trying to do that right now.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find a service. Actually, for anybody listening, if anybody has, like, service or something you can point me in the direction, because I'm looking online now and everything is like, you know, a lot of the websites are like, you know, it costs a lot and they don't guarantee and it's kind of a rip-off.
I can find it for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's hit the streets together. Let's go on a road trip. Let's find these people.
God, I'd love to go on the road.
You know, but... So anyway, you couple the...
What do you want to ask them? I'm sorry, Joe. What would you ask your mom if you met her? Like, that's interesting to me because I wasn't adopted. So what do you want? What would you like to know the most?
Why the fuck did you give me up for adoption, right?
Of course, I'd like to know the story of why it happened. But truth be told, if I had to pick, you know, if I was only allowed to ask a few questions, the things I really want to know are, A, what's my, like, health and medical history? Is there a history of heart disease, cancer, that sort of thing? B, do I have siblings? Like, do I have brothers and sisters out there?
And C,
somewhere?
why do I like meat so much?
Muslim Brotherhood Egypt.
Yeah, why? Those things to me are much more clues into who I am versus like, hey, we were broke, so we gave you up. Right. It's like, obviously, there was like some financial or whatever issue.
But your parents were cool to you? They didn't mistreat you or anything, right?
My parents are great.
They're great, right?
My parents are great, but you got to understand something. My adoptive parents, wonderful people, man. I owe them everything. But they also were very overprotective. You know, when two people can't have a kid and then they get, like, what they perceive as this blessing come into their life, like with this adoption, you know, my parents were religious, too, so to them it was literally like a miracle. You know, they're a little, there's some smothering that goes on. So you tie that into the abandonment and intimacy issues. Your trust shit just starts getting fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Do they not want you to find your real mom and dad?
No, they're 100% supportive of it. 100% supportive of it.
Fucking gold star for E-Rock today.
Yeah, no, they're 100% supportive of it. You know, but it hurts me a little bit to say to them, hey, Mom, what hospital was I born in? Because I'm starting the search now. You know, it's like She wouldn't. She'd be really supportive. It just makes me feel bad.
So ask her casually. Say, I'm doing a bit, but I don't want to be in the wrong hospital. Was it St. Joseph's? No,
right.
You know,
I'm doing it.
Was I born in St. Anne's the Unloved?
Do you have the exact date of the adoption again for the bit?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's but anyway, so all these things, and then you fucking hop it all into the comedy
But
business.
she broke up with you.
She started the conversation, but it was a very mutual breakup. It was very mutual. In fact, I said to her at one point, I go, technically, you're breaking up with me. And she's like when we were kind of joking at the end of it. And she was like, no, I did not. This was very mutual.
Huh.
But
she lets you off
Another
easy.
communique from the lady.
Yes.
What's this
A woman, you know, she's in her mid-30s, and she says, she can't believe you asked that. She goes, cut out for young girls. They are his only hope. A woman my age wouldn't put up with his shit for a second.
She likes to think that, but that's not true at all.
yeah, it's not.
The older broad would be right there. You know what? She'd fucking pick up those goddamn dishes. Yes.
It's not. In fact, this older chick, as we're referring to her, she should, I think, have a little more of a grasp on what I'm saying right now. I don't think
Exactly.
as we continue to discuss this, I don't think anything I'm saying is crazy outlandish. I'm admitting my flaws and saying, look, I know I fucked up and I'm trying to work it out. You know, what kind of person goes, oh, go fuck yourself then? Then go bang a 19-year-old. Okay, thanks. You're a great human being. Congratulations.
A woman my age wouldn't put up with that shit. Shut it.
I know.
You would too.
Yeah.
More so than the young girl would. No.
Exactly. Who's alone and texting right now, by the way? Fucking blow me.
Uh-oh. Another good E-Rock choice, by the way. Yes, Jimmy. You know the hospital you were born in? That's all I need to know.
My mom knows, and I could get that information.
She still hasn't told you?
No, she told me. I never remember the
I
name
know
of
a
it.
lot of people in hospitals, brother.
Would Joseph...
You think I'm kidding? I could get this fucking done for you. How much you got? It's going to cost you a couple bucks.
Wow.
What's it cost?
I'm all about pocket money these days.
Yeah?
Yeah, throw me a little pocket money.
A little jingle for your
Little
jeans?
jingle.
When
We
Joseph
find
went
out the
hospital-
hospital, and I think we could get this done today.
When he said, what hospital was I born in, his adopted one that just says why and then breaks down into tears.
Oh, man.
Where are you going, Joseph?
She starts punching the dough for the birthday cake she's making.
Joseph.
What do you picture them being?
What do you mean?
Your birth
Like
parents.
in life? Like as people?
What do you see in your mind? Because like obviously
the mom is stirring a big thing of sauce.
Right.
And like, hey, and the father's like, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
in Italian and in Egyptian. That's pretty whack.
You just see this fucking
You never had a
caricature of
chance.
people.
Yeah.
He never had a chance. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah, that's basically what I picture. They're eating meatball sandwiches and that fucking
And
flatbread.
pita, yeah, fucking Egyptian pocket bread.
Honestly, what I always picture
He's
is
bringing severed heads home for the sauce.
His father's a bomb belt manufacturer.
And his son's just a bomb manufacturer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't come here for
That's,
to feel good about yourself.
I think the first thing my dad is going to say to me is, "You don't believe?"
What do you picture in your head, for real?
I picture Molaram. That's what I picture. I picture a guy with a red tattoo on his head. That's what I was quoting.
I know, that's hilarious. That's just the name. Molaram.
My brother's going to be in the corner going, "Then you go into the dark sleep for the party bar." The dark sleep.
You think you got like biological siblings out there?
I don't know. Honestly, what I picture is, I always picture it being that the mom, that they're not married anymore, and it's the mom, and she's done like pretty well for herself, and there might be a sibling or two. That's always how I picture it. Not like they're loaded, but like
It's easy to
she
say.
did all right.
It's easy to say because I wasn't adopted, but I would have to know. I would have to just know.
I didn't get to that point until, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago is when that started to rumble. And now it's at a point where I go, I really need to figure this out because it's stunting me. It's stunting me in my life. It's like there's a big question. My therapist goes, there's a huge question mark at the starting point of your life. She goes, you don't think that's not going to fuck with your head? It's like, I guess that's an excellent point.
Yeah, but
this guy was adopted.
Just gotta fucking deal with it.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
Hold on. Ronnie in
Texas
Texas was adopted, and he doesn't agree with your therapist. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Not in the least. I mean, just think about all the connections that you have with people that you grew up with that aren't your blood kin. I don't like the idea that your therapist put the idea in your head that you can't establish a bond with someone that you're not blood kin to.
Well, Ronnie,
I think that's the root of. And plus, when you find your birth parents, I don't like the word real parents. I like birth parents.
There you
go. What kind of
every semantics?
Every group has their language.
I like real parents.
I don't like real parents.
Joe's parents are fake.
Birth parents.
Yeah, I call my.
I said biological. I was being respectful.
Yeah, I call my adoptive parents fakers. You don't do that.
Exactly.
You don't do that, Ronnie.
Fake parents.
Yeah, the cum donor we call the real dad.
You're just going to get disappointed because the real answer is exactly what you thought it was going to be.
I call them throw me away.
Which is what? Toss me aside.
Yes.
Which is what, Roddy?
You were a mistake that they had
at that point in their life, they just couldn't handle a kid. That they just didn't want one.
Yeah, and then you look at everyone else that couldn't handle or support a kid of that and managed to anyway, and must think like, fuck. Why couldn't these fuckers pull it together?
Sure.
I don't hate them for what they did. Look, I could have been splattered across the fucking metal tray. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been a lot worse.
God, Joe.
That is true.
But who would clean that up?
Some fucking back alley Puerto Rican doctor.
Oh, man.
I hope they would clean all the utensils after your abortion.
Yeah, I mean, look, it could have been worse, man. It could have been a lot worse. So I don't resent them in any way there's no anger in my heart at all about what they did.
No.
There's not even any sadness about it. It's just like, I'd like to see what's up. And look, for every negative thing you could say about it, and I can't believe I'm saying look at the positive after the years of fucking pissing and moaning I've done in this room. But my point is like the positive side to what you're saying, is I could meet them and I could have this whole new set of wonderful people in my life that answer a lot of sorry, I'm laughing at the E, right?
Yeah.
So it could go either way, but saying what if I find them and they're assholes or it goes wrong or they say get the fuck out, that's a fear-based decision.
Yeah.
That's a decision out of fear. Well, what if it's terrible? I worried for years that I'd find them in some fucking marketplace with a pet monkey that they taught to steal apples for them.
To make up for the one they gave up.
All right, Ronnie. Thanks for the call there, buddy.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, Joe, good luck with that.
Call him.
Would you be hurt if you finally met them and said, why did you do that? And they just said, we looked at you and you were homely.
Oh, shit.
We got better hopes.
Why did we do it? Yeah, look at you.
I so care about you as long as it's before 10 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
This therapy session. We're gonna have to call it
right. We could pick
time
up
now.
Next week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, guys, I like that we get into these things.
Oh,
I really
love it.
do.
I love getting into the human psyche.
I haven't seen you in a while. I was excited for you because you were a different person when you had this girl.
Yep.
She's, look.
I was excited for you. But you seem different in a good way today.
Well, the one positive that came out of this is
HIV.
Exactly. She won't be too damaged.
I bought a dishwasher.
Yeah, really. Fucking get a dishwasher and keep your relationships together, you fucking Hazel the maid motherfucker.
Who the fuck washes dishes by hand at this point?
Yeah, well, you think if I could afford a dishwasher, some of these fucking issues wouldn't be on the table
if
right
you're
now?
banging Ann B. Davis, you wouldn't get in as many arguments.
Exactly, you skinflint.
Fucking, you got a cute girl there.
She's a fucking 8.5, you pinch penny.
Fucking, he needs a maid. He needs someone that's going to get up.
Yeah.
I gotta take a picture of that. I'm gonna send her that picture.
How about you leave
she'll
her
think
alone?
that's really funny.
Exactly.
Let her be happy.
Yeah,
Let her
really.
move on, Joe.
I'm gonna send her that picture.
Right, great.
Good for some laughs.
No, she'll think we're friendly. We're fine. We're on good terms.
Yeah.
We're on good terms.
Yeah.
And you send her that, she sends you the restraining order.
Exactly. She gives a polite LOL when he tests her fun things. Had a really good taping. Oh, good, LOL.
By the way, here's my new boyfriend's cock.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly. And you're like, oh no,
yourself.
it looks like a negative of my cock. Oh no, it's not a white one.
Negative.
She's in a really messy apartment right now, having the time of her life.
Exactly. Being fucked so well, she's drooling on the pillow and not realizing it. I'm sorry, I don't mean that.
Yo, baby, put them plates down.
That's all right.
Put them plates down. Get some loving, baby.
Exactly.
You don't need to clean that shit up. Let me fuck you again.
Some black guy with socks is deep digging her wearing fucking socks on.
Yeah, she's with a guy. When she gets up from the bed, he just looks at her and goes, like that. Just one of those, like,
Does that bother you? She might be with somebody else now?
Of course it fucking bothers me.
Of course it should, too. I think that's
course.
the guy's thing, right?
Bothers you.
Bothers me terribly, man.
Yeah, well.
The telltale slap of black thighs on white ones.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, Joe, you start your tour tomorrow, huh?
Tour starts tomorrow. Well, it starts Thursday. It's Laughing Skull in Atlanta, Georgia, this weekend, April 4th through 7th. I'm recording my brand new comedy album. Please come out for that. It's going to be great. And then after that, I'm touring all through the South, Asheville, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, everywhere, Mississippi. Come out for that. JoeDeRosaComedy.com for dates. Please come out.
Fucking you, Ron. I would have went with Waiting for a Girl Like You.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jimmy? Caroline's, next weekend, right?
April 11th through 15, Caroline's.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 11th through 14. And I also have a bunch of other dates coming up. The Stress Factory Memorial Day weekend's a big one. My first Stress Factory date in a long time.
Nice.
I'm only touring for a couple more months, and then I'm taking time off to start the new material. Because the special airs at the end of June or in July.
Very cool.
So once that's about to air, I'm done with doing dates for 6 or 8 months.
Jimmy taped a great one in Boston.
Yeah, I heard it was awesome, man.
Yeah, I was happy with it.
So,
Awesome.
all right, you might continue with Sam, I guess?
Yeah, I'm going to hang out with Sam for a little while.
Might as well.
Hey, we work through this thing, Sam.
Now, there's a
I think we
guy.
should talk about it more.
There's a guy. How long have you been married now?
It was in June, so 7 months.
7 months, about. And how long were you going out before that?
7 years.
7 years. And you know what?
Wow.
Still like the first day they ever met in love, these two.
Exactly. Still wears a condom, wears pajamas.
Eats little baby food.
Exactly. He's in a high chair. Has his fucking pubes in a fucking Tupperware dish.
Wife is still disgusted at his dumb wrestling action figures like she was the first day she met him.
They're blissfully happy
Oh,
together.
brother.
Yeah.
Squinting at that little TV in the room.
It's awful.
Oh, God.
Such a juxtaposition from this wonderful place.
We all have our very unique problems, don't we?
Don't we?
We all need an escape.
We're all
Exactly.
fucking insane.
All right,
Yeah, I mean, what
DeRosa.
are you going to do,
What are you going to do?
But we're better for it, guys.
It builds you the person you are. It builds
character?
It builds
The
character.
trials,
right.
the tribulations.
It builds it builds concrete walls 20 feet thick between you and relationships. Like relationships are nuclear. You need to protect it. I need lead-lined fucking cinder block walls.
They're scrubbing you with those brooms.
Yes. The fucking, yeah. The Silkwood shower.
Joe.
Hey, look, wait. Oh, the girl just said she wants to get back together.